Hey all, my name is Paul Borosky and I am the owner of Quality Business Plan. And what I'd like to do today is give you all some tips and tricks on how to write your SWOT analysis section for your bar and lounge business plan. So the way the video is going to work out is first I'm going to give you a little bit of background about who I am, what I do, and why I do it. And from that point in time, we are then going to dive into the SWOT analysis section for your bar and lounge business. And in order to go ahead and give you all an example, I'm going to use my bar and lounge business plan template that I sell on my website. And like I said, I'll show you how to update that and what components need to go where. And once we're done with that, we'll put a bow on it and call it a day. All right, so as promised, a little bit about me. Again, Paul Borosky, MBA. I am a professional writer, specifically a business plan writer. So if y'all do want to avoid the fun and excitement and the personal growth opportunities involved with writing your own bar and lounge business plan, feel free to give me a call, send me a text, send me email. I'd be delighted to write a bar and lounge business plan for you. If you do want to go ahead and, like I said, embark on a personal growth opportunity of writing your own business plan, I do offer some books that might be able to guide you in that path you're seeking to follow. Just check out my business plan writing books on Amazon.com. And then finally, I am an adjunct professor and subject matter expert for both business and finance. So I do have some traditional education supporting my thoughts and ideas about writing business plans, the SWOT analysis. And then finally, if y'all do need some help with your financial projections, your business plans all squared away, you're finishing up your SWOT analysis now, but those pesky numbers are just causing you nightmares. No need to worry. Again, give me a call, send me a text. Be delighted to write that for you or come up with your financial projections for you. All right, so when you are writing your SWOT analysis section for your business plan, what I recommend you do is use some kind of a chart. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all my bar and lounge business plan template. And if you do purchase it, all you're going to have to do is go to my SWOT analysis section, hit the control, and we'll get right there. So this is the way that I like to do my SWOT analysis section. So the SWOT analysis, what that means is strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. So that's your SWOT: strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So it's broken into 4 different categories. But what most people don't know is that the top 2 categories, all this information should be focused on the internal environment of your bar and lounge. So your strengths should be the strengths for your company, and the weaknesses should be the weaknesses for your company. And as such, the opportunities and threats, this should be focused on your external environment, everything outside of your control or outside of your company, and that's going to be your opportunities and threats or your external environment. So when I write my strengths and weaknesses, I like to, for each category, I'd like to first make sure I've got at least double the amount of strengths that I do weaknesses. Same thing for opportunities, double the number of opportunities as I do threats. So if I've got 2 weaknesses I'm going to present in my business plan, I'm going to come up with 4 strengths. So make sure, try to follow that format. It's going to show you've got a lot more opportunities, a lot more strengths as compared to your weaknesses, is pretty much what that structure boils down to. Next, when I'm doing my strengths, I like to touch on the management part. So management experience. So if you don't have management experience, what experience do you have in the bar and lounge industry? If you've got bartending experience, then use that. Management experience, use that. So make sure you touch on at least one of the strengths in the ownership aspect. Next, I like to include is documented plans. Documented plans could be your strategic plans for your bar and lounge. Documented plans could be your strategic plans, or it could be your business plan. So studies have shown that 90% of all businesses out there, if they don't have a strategic plan, they don't have a business plan, and neither one of them are documented. So when you say that you've got documented plans, you're putting yourself above and beyond a lot of the competition. That's why I like to touch on as documented plans. So instead of documented plans, you might put a documented business plan, documented strategic plan, documented marketing plan, whatever your documented plans you have written down, make sure to include that in your strengths. Next is almost all bar and lounges that I've worked with over the last 11 years of writing business plans have been themed. So if your bar or lounge is themed, make sure to put that theme. Is it a sports theme? Is it an Italian theme? Is it a movie theme? Whatever theme that your bar and lounge is going to embrace, Is it a music theme? Whatever it is, make sure to describe that and just at least include whatever type of theme it is in your strengths, because that's going to differentiate you from your competitors. The final strength that I like to use when I use four to six strengths is going to be focused on some more differentiating factors. For example, you might have nightly events, or you might have trivia games, or you might have live music on the weekends. Whatever your strengths are internally, again, that's going to, again, further differentiate you from your competitors. Then do that. So the top ones focus on management usually. The next one is your documented plans. And then the last two, I usually use my strengths to separate my client's organization, their bar and lounge, from the competitors in the area. Next, when I write the weaknesses for my business plans, I want to go general. I don't want to really give them, a bone to chew on. I want to give them something broad, where it's a weakness for all bars and lounges, as compared to really getting in and taking a real hard look at your company. You really don't want to set that out in the wild. You might want to have a separate strengths and weaknesses for yourself as a management team or as an owner, but you don't want to set that out into the wild, too many, really specific weaknesses. A good weakness that I like to use in my bar and lounge business plans is a startup, or you're expanding and there's going to be a learning curve. So use something general it's general knowledge, and you're not getting really, really personal with that. Also, it's going to be an untested business model. Untested business at the location. If you're a startup, there hasn't been a bar at that specific location, that is a weakness because there's never been a bar there before. So, that's one of the weaknesses I like to use. It's general enough where it shows that you've put some thought into the weaknesses, but it's not so specific that it's going to make the investor or make the loan officer say, wait a second here. Now you've thrown some flags up that really didn't need to be there. Next is going to be the opportunities. We're now looking at the external environment. We're looking at everything outside of our control. Some good opportunities for a bar and lounge, including the SWOT analysis, is going to be community involvement. If you are sponsoring sports teams, that's another really good one right there. Appeal to a wide variety of clientele or patrons. So if you're going to be in a shopping center, that's going to be very convenient for people getting off of work and such. So if that's going to be one of your appeals, make sure that you're going to do that. Also, you're themed. If you're going to be a sports theme, then that's going to appeal to a wide array of patrons as well. And then finally is going to be, I'd like to touch on the location, whether it's in a strip mall or if it's a prime location or if it's easily accessible, the opportunities for that location. If it's a standalone location, you get your own private parking lot, that's another strength as well. So those are some of the ideas I like to use for my opportunities. Finally, for the threats, again, I like to go general. I don't want anything personal, write really, really hardcore. That's going to throw up some flags if an investor is reading this or a law enforcer is reading this. So local competitors, that's always a threat for an established business as well as a startup business. And then also susceptible to economic downturn. So those two are really general that you can use, and those are obvious. Yes, they are threats. They're threats to everybody. So it's not specifically a threat to your organization that's going to throw flags up for an investor or for a bank, but it also shows that you've done some thought and you understand that, you've got to be cognizant of your local competitors always. And if you see the economy turning down, you're going to be able to be prepared to, whether it be for discount drinks or, some changing up into your business model, whatever it's going to be. At least you're showing in the threats that you understand that an economic downturn is a threat, not only for you, but it's for everybody. All right, so hopefully that information was helpful, and let's wrap this game up. So in summary, make sure for your SWOT analysis, your strengths and weaknesses are focused internally. Your threats and opportunities are focused on your external environment. If you do want some more information on writing your own bar and lounge business plan, here's the website for it. If you do want to go ahead and purchase my bar and lounge business plan template, the website's right here. And then finally, if you do want a custom written business plan for your bar and lounge, whether it's a startup or an established business, again, I'd be delighted to write that up for you. All right, so hopefully this was helpful, and as always, have a great day. Thank you.